Hey guys, Lizardly here for Magnificent Wizard Day 58. This should be the last day where I'm doing any stitching because all I have left to do is backstitch on the wizard. This thing is almost completely done. And there we go. It looks so good. I am so excited. So I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be awesome. um, there is some cording. If I read it right, it looks like it's from his hat and it might be off of his robes as well. I'm gonna do that last just because I don't I don't think any stitching crosses over with the cording, but I want the cording to be on top no matter what. So, and then it's gonna be the thickest pieces. So, yeah, I'm gonna save that for last. Is there? Oh, there might be cording on his shoes too. Um, I'm not sure where I'm gonna start. I might start with his feet and work my way up. I don't know. But I will say, just looking at this, I already like mine more just because I use so many cross or half stitches and quarter stitches. So there isn't as much black space between the lines, which always irks me. Like, ugh. And I know most people are like diehards, they follow the pattern no matter what, but I diverge from it to make it look better. Sorry. um, I'm still kind of losing my voice. I'm starting to sound better, so hopefully the next couple days I'll be able to finally start doing narration. If I talk for half an hour straight right now, it's never gonna get better. So that's 2 minutes of talking. I'm gonna go stitch now. All right, finally on the last day of stitching. Woohoo! Okay, so we did 13, so now 14. What is your weirdest deal breaker? Weirdest deal breaker. Ooh, that's tough. First, I just have to think of deal breakers I have. I mean, the biggest deal breaker for me, for anything, whether it's for, a friend or for a potential, lover or whatever, would be, if you can't make me smile and laugh, there's just, no, it's not gonna happen. But I don't think that's weird. You guys see, I smile a lot. And that's just in little videos, tiny snippets of my life. I go to work and I'm always smiling. So smiling and being happy and laughing, they're big for me. So, if somebody can't make me smile or laugh, then it's just like, yeah, no, we can't be friends because you suck. uh, but I wouldn't say that's weird. So, weirdest deal breaker. I don't know. I mean, I love cats, but if somebody has like 5, 10, 20 cats, it's going to be a deal breaker for me because I'm allergic to them. But that's just like, that's a choice that makes sense because I'm allergic to cats. Like, I don't want to die. So it's not weird. Oh my gosh, this is so difficult. A weird deal breaker. Ooh. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what your weirdest deal breakers are because I can't come up with anything. I don't know. 15. Everyone has a mission in life. What do you think your mission is? Uh, Honestly, just to be happy and, to try and spread that happiness. I love cross stitching, but I don't know if that necessarily would qualify as a mission in life. Like just to stitch as much awesome stuff as you can. I guess that, well, yeah, I guess that could be a mission in life, huh? Uh, One of the two, either just being happy or just cross-stitching a lot. 16. If you could instantly transport just one building to anywhere on Earth, what building would you move and where to create the most interesting outcome? Oh, man. See, the problem with this is like I would love to bring something from Europe or Asia to the States because I don't know if I'll ever be able to go back there again, and I absolutely love it there. And Like freaking the Notre Dame or the Great Buddha. There's so many things that are just so spectacular. It would be so cool if I could bring it here and see it, on a normal basis, on a regular basis. But I feel like that would take away from their cultural significance. Like the Great Buddha, we don't have a lot of Buddhists here in the States. And it's a big part of the Japanese culture. Like we went and saw the Great Buddha. That thing was spectacular. And I can't imagine myself taking that from them. Like that would be really horrible. Or like Notre Dame, that would be spectacular, but it's a cathedral, a very old one that is really important to them. And Americans are gonna just be like, oh, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I feel like that's belittling it, and that's not fair. So it would need to be one that isn't so culturally important and sensitive, because unless it's creating a complete duplicate of it, like if I make a copy of I don't know, I need to come up with a new, like the Eiffel Tower. If I make a duplicate of it, I could put it here in the States and that'd be cool, as long as the original is still in Paris. But if I take it and it goes away from Paris and it comes to the States, that wouldn't be fair. Like that's part of France. Like it wouldn't feel right to me. So honestly, could I just move the Michael? No, I'm not going to move my store closer to my house. If I could just walk to work though, that'd be pretty sweet. I'm just saying. The most interesting outcome. Just one building to anywhere on Earth. Oh my gosh. I mean, if you want a really interesting outcome, you could bring back one of the Twin Towers, but I don't think that would be very, sensitive. Like it just seems like it would be pouring salt on the wound, I mean, it would probably give you a very interesting outcome to see how people would react to it and respond to it, but I don't think it would be the right thing to do, plain and simple. I don't know. I mean, if I took like the Statue of Liberty, like the actual one, because I live here in Vegas, if I took the actual Statue of Liberty and I brought it here to Vegas, and so then we take our little tiny knockoff and send that back to New York, that would be really interesting. And then it would put another layer on, God, what was it, Despicable Me? Or was that the Eiffel Tower? Which one did he steal? Whatever, he stole one of them from Las Vegas, and they're like, they all thought it was the real one, and then, it turns out it's the small one from Las Vegas, and then everybody was like, ah, it'd be hilarious if it's like, oh yeah, Groot totally brought the real one over here. Like that, it'd make me giggle. And then at least it stays within the U.S., so yeah, I'm taking something from the East Coast, which is, really important to them, but it's also important on the West Coast, so I don't know. I can't think of anything that wouldn't be, hurting someone in some way. I don't know. 17, when was the last time you literally stopped to smell flowers? Ugh. I mean, in the store, we have some that actually are scented. So, we'll be like, oh, wait, or oh, hey, that smells weird, or that smells good, or whatever. But I actually have a really bad sense of smell. I have allergies year round, so my nose is routinely just plugged up. So smelling things isn't really that interesting to me, because I usually can't smell them unless I'm on top of them. And especially with something like flowers, like that's going to make my allergies act up even more. I like standing around and looking at the flowers. Smelling the flowers doesn't do much for me. I don't like flowers for their smell. I like them for their look. In which case, if it's not obvious, I love fake flowers. They don't die. They're not depressing like real flowers. And they always look beautiful. You don't have any pets or any kids that could get sick by trying to eat them or anything like that. So fake flowers all the way, 100%. 18, what was the most uncomfortable thing you've had to do out of politeness? I mean, there have been a lot of times, especially when I'm working, as someone who works in retail, that people like to come over and touch me. I've had a lot of people come over and grab my upper arm, and they're just like, "Can you help me? I need help looking for this." And, I'm like, "Oh, okay." They'll let me go. We'll go over, and then they'll grab me again. "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for helping me. Oh, you're so helpful." And I hate it. I do not like when strangers and, people I don't know touch me. It makes me very uncomfortable. But I have to pretend I'm okay with it because it's retail. If I tell somebody, "Oh, hey, don't touch me," they're going to complain. And yeah, I'm a manager now, but that doesn't make it, polite. But yeah, I would recommend you guys don't touch people without their permission unless you're really good friends with them, in which case you're going to know if they're okay with you touching them or not. Or, just ask. Like, it's not that hard to do. "Hey, can I hug you?" Like, if they say no, just be like, "Oh, okay." And they'll probably tell you, like, "Sorry, I'm not comfortable with hugs," or "I don't like being hugged," anything like that. And if you're still offended, well, you need to get over yourself. Not everything is about you. Not everybody likes to be touched. But yeah, I have to do that a lot. The one time it never bothers me when a stranger touches me is when it's someone who's older and then they grab my arm, like especially if like we're walking outside to their car and I help them down the curb, they'll grab my arm. I have no problem with that. I have a grandma who has a really hard time getting around and, grabbing onto people's arms really, really helps. Uh, so that's okay. But if somebody just randomly comes up to me and, "Oh, hey, can you help me?" and they grab my arm, I hate it. I do not like that. It makes me very uncomfortable. Uh-uh. 19. What view would you most like to have out of your window? Ooh. Honestly, I'd love to have a view of something from Yellowstone National Park. Like, that would be spectacular. But that would be very unsafe because they've got buffalo and, oh no, it's off screen. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Sorry. It would smell really, really bad and it would probably be really hot, so that wouldn't work. But if it's just like an illusion, like a mirage, that would be spectacular. But for real views, I don't look out my window enough to care, honestly. I open my blinds a lot to get some of the real sunlight in here because I always prefer stitching and reading and everything with natural sunlight over artificial light. So yeah, but I don't spend a lot of time looking out the window. I don't really care that much. 20. Would you rather be beautiful and dumb or ugly and clever? I'd rather be where I am, which is like not ugly, not beautiful, and not dumb, and not the most clever person ever. But if I had to pick between the extremes, I think I'd rather be ugly and clever because you know what? Being attractive only does so much for you, but being clever, you can make a lot of friends whether you're beautiful or not if you're really clever. So, yeah, I'd go with that. 21. Where's the weirdest place you found something that you lost? I can tell you the stupidest one. I was looking around for my water bottle for like 15 minutes, and suddenly I look at my left hand and I'm holding it. Yep. I was looking for my water bottle for quite some time, and I was holding it the entire freaking time. Weirdest place. I don't know, because usually it's not in a weird place. It's, you go through a list in your head of, oh, it could be here, 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 or here. And usually, for me at least, I find it in one of those places. So it's not weird because it was predictable. So, I don't know. 22. Which famous person would you love to be? Why? Honestly, I don't think I'd love to be any famous person. I'm good with where I'm at. I don't want every single person, in public to recognize me and be like, "Oh my God, Elizabeth," or "Oh, Lizard Lee, oh, can I get your picture?" Like, I like having some privacy. So, yeah, I don't think there's anyone I'd really, really want to be. 23. What is something about life that people don't appreciate as much as they should? Being able to laugh. I've had so many people where, myself or someone else or a coworker, anybody says something that's just really funny and it's not offensive. I mean, it's genuinely just funny, it makes you giggle. And I'll see some people just staring at them like, ugh, ugh, why are you joking right now? Ugh. And it's like, I am very professional. I don't like cursing at work or anything like that. I don't like yelling. I don't like raising my voice. I don't like having to tell somebody, hey, you done screwed up. Fix it. I don't enjoy that. I'll let people know, oh, hey, in the future, don't do this, and we're good. But like if somebody has to get written up, I hate being involved in that because I'm like, oh man, like I feel so bad. I know you screwed up. But 9 times out of 10, the person didn't do it on purpose, so it just feels really mean. But where the heck was I going with that? I just lost my train of thought. I oh, so like I understand, wanting to be professional, but giggling at, a small joke here and there isn't it doesn't make you unprofessional, at least not in my opinion, and not at retail. Like, sure, if you work in an accounting firm or something like, or a law firm, I'd understand not joking around. But in retail, we get a lot of people that are very mean and very rude and very condescending. So being able to smile and laugh, that can turn a really bad day into a good one. So, yeah. Oh, I don't remember if I said it at the end of this video or not, but all the cording that it wanted me to do, like with his hat and his shoes, I ended up not doing. I just did like several strands of the gold thread. I did try multiple times with the cording, but with the metallic thread that they gave me, it looked really bad. I don't know if I left in any of the clips of me trying with it, but it came out looking very, very ugly. Um, I don't know if it's just because it's metallic thread, if it's because it's years old. I don't know how long my sister had this before I worked on it, but it came out looking not nice at all. And I know how to do cording. It's not because I'm inexperienced with it. I have cording in several of my pieces. Do I have one? Oh, I don't have it out right now. But there's a cat one. Their collars were done with cording, and it came out great. But it was with regular thread. It wasn't with metallic thread. So, and it also wasn't with metallic thread that was very old. I don't know how well those threads hold up after years of being in storage and whatnot. So, that could have played a factor. I don't know. But I didn't like how it looked. So, if you guys are sitting around waiting to see the cording done, I apologize. You're not going to see it because, yeah, I did not like the way it came out. And as of this moment right now, I don't have any plans of giving this to anybody, so yeah, it's kind of just about what makes me happy and what I like. Sorry. Okay, anyways. 24, what's the worst thing a person can do that isn't illegal? Okay, that isn't illegal. I think cheating on a partner is pretty horrible. It's not illegal, but I think it's pretty horrible. Isn't illegal. Okay, so like murder, rape, those things are illegal. Obviously, they're horrible. I mean, yeah, cheating is very hurtful. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. I'm good with that. 25, have you ever been jealous of your closest friends? Well, of course. I mean, I never let it, take hold of me and stick or anything like that. But, I've had friends who've been able to meet, really famous people that I'm like a big fan of, or, they've been able to go to see a concert that I'm really jealous they got to go see, or they've been able to, go drive down to California to see a mutual friend. So I'm jealous that, oh, you got to go do that, but I had work, or, stuff like that. I've never let any kind of jealousy like that ruin a friendship for me. I know I have had friends who have been really jealous of me, or a mutual friend, and so they let a friendship just basically die because they couldn't get past that. And I think that really sucks. It's I think friendships are worth more than material things like that. Yeah. 26. Who's your favorite protagonist from any animated movie? Ooh, my favorite protagonist. Oh, that's tough. I mean, I love Belle from Beauty and the Beast. You know, she loves to read. She doesn't care about looks, and she's so smart. I love her. I also really loved Rapunzel from Tangled too. She was just so carefree and fun and passionate. And I mean, yeah, she was a bit naive, but you know, that just made her more endearing. She couldn't see what the viewers could see. That was that, you know, Lady Gothel or whatever her name is just horrible. And every time she compliments her, she's always looking at her hair. Ah. um, but I also like Studio Ghibli films. I love Sheeta from Castle in the Sky. I love Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle. I loved Hal from Howl's Moving Castle. He was pretty cool. I don't know if he was one of the best protagonists ever, but he was pretty awesome. Um, I mean, Chihiro from Spirited Away is great. And yeah, again, you go back to that, you know, she's a bit naive at times, but that isn't always necessarily a bad thing. Oh, my favorite protagonist from an animated movie. I mean, growing up, I, excuse me, growing up, I for sure would have said Sailor Moon. But, oh, I don't know. One of the above, we'll go with that. 27. If you could instantly know how to speak another language, what language would you choose to know? Spanish. And it would be the most realistic choice for me because I was fluent in it for quite some time when I was younger. But I took Japanese 1, and now I just confuse them all the time, and it really sucks. But also, I live in the States, where English is pretty much the most spoken language, followed by Spanish. So knowing both of them would be really helpful, especially like at work. Every time I get a Spanish speaker, sometimes I'm able to figure out what they want. Other times I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what word you're saying. I don't understand. And you know what? We can try and draw pictures and it's not working. And I always feel so bad. Because we do have several bilingual people at work, but there are some days when, you know, the only people we have at work are the ones that only know English. So, you know, I've had people leave disappointed and I feel so bad, but it's like, you know, what can I do? I don't know. 28. What's the habit you hate most in a boyfriend? Um, hmm. I mean, I hate when people leave the toilet seat up. Like that's gross to me. But as the years go by, I care less and less about it. Like at this point it's like you know, it annoys me, but it doesn't gross me out the way it did when I was younger. I really hate when people let dishes pile up. But that's not just a boyfriend thing, that's like a family thing and just a household thing. Hate when people let dishes pile up. So gross to me. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get past that one. I really hate that one. Okay, well, we're coming up to the end, so let me just do these last ones. 29. What's the best less is more example you can come up with? Criticizing someone. I think you don't need to spend half an hour telling someone like, oh, hey, you screwed this up, blah, 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 blah. Just tell them, hey, you messed up. Let's try this in the future. You know, you don't need to spend half an hour harking on them for what they screwed up on. Give them a better alternative. Give them something else that they can do instead. And there you go. Don't spend all of your time belittling someone. Don't put people down. It's not going to help anyone. Yeah, maybe it'll make you feel better, but you know what? It's not always about you. 30. What product has greatly exceeded your expectations? My new phone. I got an iPhone, you guys. I finally upgraded to a good phone, and it's definitely been exceeding my expectations. And that is the end of Magnificent Wizard Day 58. I got 2 hours and 44 minutes of footage, and it's done. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks so good.
I would recommend, if you want good details and good lighting, to check out my Instagram, because I have better pictures posted there. That's, what is my Instagram? Lizardly13, I believe. Because I think Lizardly was already taken. And I'm kind of bitter about that, but you know, it's all good. Hi, baby! You coming to brag to everybody about how good you are at stitching? Yeah? Seriously, yes, Lizardly13. So you just take the name that I use here, Lizardly, and add 1-3. Hi, baby. I'm so happy. Ah! It looks so good. Right, Tess? Yeah, right on, baby. Yeah, I'm so happy. And I will say back when I was a framer, there were so many times people would bring something in and you could tell based on how, they handle it, that they kind of work slanted, because we had someone come in with a needle point, which is basically half of a cross stitch. It's just the slash, depending on which way you want to do it. I don't know. Instead of being like this, the ends. So the picture, basically pretend it's my face. It was like this. And so it was impossible to stretch it and get it perfectly straight on because of how she worked it. And mine always come out perfectly straight because, every once in a while I take it out of the hoop or the frame or whatever. Lately I use frames, who am I kidding? And I iron it. And I make sure when I put it back on there that I get it as straight as possible, because it's so much easier to just have it straight and keep it straight than to try and get it back to being straight later. It's very difficult. This is not even sounding like a conversation. Like, get it back to straight. No. Oh, I'm so glad this came out okay. I have work tomorrow, so I'm gonna peek in, see when Angela thinks would be a good day for me to bring it in. I want to try and do it on a day that I'm not working, but she is, so that I can go in there and just set everything up and record her doing it, and then I don't have to worry about work or anything. But no guarantees. Hopefully there will be a day 59, and that'll be getting him framed. I'm so excited. I'm so glad it came out so good. I think this was one of the ones that I think I put my vote in for this one on my last poll, which, unless I've recently changed the details down there, is one of the very first things in the description is a link to the poll. Like, oh, hey, what should I work on next? And this is the guy that won the previous one. I haven't checked it out in a while, but the last time I saw it, it was 4 Heavenly Beasts. Is that what it was called? The Heaven and Earth design one. So maybe it wasn't Heavenly Beasts. Maybe it was just Beasts. I don't know. Was the number 1, and Beauty and the Beast was number 2. I actually put my vote in for Beauty and the Beast just because it's my favorite Disney movie. And you can't see it, but in my closet right there is a costume of Belle that I'm going to be wearing to work, because I can't guarantee that every Michaels will be doing this, but at ours, from October 27th to the 31st, which is 5 days, we are encouraged to wear costumes. And I was like, well, I love Belle. And I found a good priced one on eBay. I got Belle, and it's the blue and white outfit from the very beginning. I'm not going to walk around the store in a gown, because no. Like, no. She wears black, like, slippers in that outfit, and I have that. I can do that. Rapunzel from Tangled. I have her outfit. I haven't gotten it in the mail yet. Hopefully I get it in time, because, I mean, with all this hair, I have had so many people call me Rapunzel. I was like, it's perfect. And she is tied for my favorite Disney princess. And she goes barefoot, so I'm just going to probably wear the same shoes I wear with Belle. And the other one I bought that hasn't come in yet is Chihiro from Spirited Away. I absolutely love that movie. I love her. And again, it was pretty cheap on eBay. I actually prefer Howl's Moving Castle and Castle in the Sky to Spirited Away, but every costume I looked for was like really expensive, so I was like, nah, I'll do Chihiro. Like, yeah. And then I found out, I think it was the day after I ordered it, maybe two, one of my coworkers has a no-face costume. So I was like, oh my God, like, we clearly have to wear these the same day because people are going to be like, it'll be great. Oh, I sound so bad. I need to stop talking. So, yeah, I need to go. Do you have anything to add? No? Okay. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which hopefully will be Magnificent Wizard Day 59 when he's getting framed. I almost said stitched. He is done getting stitched. He's done. Oh, and if anybody wants to see, that's the back. I continue to not give a crap about how the back looks. I mean, you can tell it's definitely Magnificent Wizard. But, yeah, I would rather have a front that looks great and is in between the lines than have one that looks like this and is not in between the lines with a perfect backing. I don't care how the back looks, especially since I'm getting this custom framed. It's gonna get stitchy pinned and it's gonna get stapled in and it's never gonna come out. So unless something happens, in which case I'm going to Michael's and being like, hey, and we're gonna get fixed. So I don't care about the back. Okay, I need to stop talking. Bye. I can't even say bye.